Jesus Christ, Julius, we saw what was going to be happening with you, and, like, let's not pretend. A lot of us knew what was going to be happening, but Jesus Christ, if this is the way you're going out, this is something I would like to see from, like, a little bit more Julius, because Julius's powers are, well, nuts. Like, completely off the scale, because he's able to not just only physically touch, like, bodily objects, but he's able to reverse an entire huge spell that was encasing the entire city and made it look like it was nothing. And unfortunately, though, that was his biggest weakness, as Yami saw full well. So, let's talk about this chapter, as all of these just light arrows of judgment are just falling upon the kingdom, and immediately Julius sees this, so does Yami, and they're like, Jesus Christ, what do we do? Immediately, straight after that, Julius uses one of his most strongest magics like that. He's like, and it's a time reversal one, and it's chronostasis, where he just gets this giant embodiment of the clock just on the entire town, and just stops all of these things before they even hit a single person, like, entirely on there. And, like, I love as well that when we're talking more about Julius, we had a little bit more to him as well, where we actually found, like, the reason as well, because, like, a huge attachment that he had throughout, like, all of his, like, kind of backstory they had was the same things that, what we had was, like, Zatch's, like, father. Like, Zada was, like, a huge, like, part inspiration to him, and no matter what, though, like, he had a doubt throughout the entire thing. He's like, am I really gonna be worth this and all that? Like, why, you know, like, with these lower knights and all that, why do they bother, you know, like, living if they're, like, always gonna be known that they're, like, such, like, just weaklings compared to the nobles? Like, and he was one of the people where it's like, he was proving people wrong. Like, you get to see him, like, no matter what, like that, it's just like, he's dragging civilians out, like, protecting them with his lives, and he's like, that's a true knight right there. That's something I've inspired to be. That's what I want this kingdom to be. But they just refuse to do that because, like, of course they come back and it's like, oh, I heard he got killed by one of his own team members. Oh, it was only a commoner though, so it was nothing special. It's like, you fucking piece of shit nobles. Like, and it's just all the time, and it's just like, he kept hearing this, like, I'm not gonna win the hearts of everyone, but, like, if I need to do this, like, if I need to become a magic emperor, like, I need things. I need status. I need power. I need reliability. I've amassed a complement, like, with everything I've had to become the emperor, and no matter what and all that, I keep seeing people, like, you know, little by little, the country's gonna change because of, like, this new generation that we've seen. Like, you know, we see with, like, how new nobles act, like what we've seen with Noel, and especially as well, like, he sees kind of like an embodiment of Zara with Yuno, and also as well with Aster and a bunch of these guys. And that's not even just including Noel into the nobility as well. You can see that the Silvers are changing, like the Vermilions were involved with this, like Yami, they're a huge chunk of people, so no matter what, like, this is him talking about a little bit about his legacy, where it's like, have I left something in this world that is good enough to actually, you know, if I ever die, or if there's something I'm going to be remembered by, and he's just like, I will not let this end now. Like, all of this that we've been working for as a magic emperor, I am not doing this right now. And unfortunately, this was his weakness. Even though he smiles to the very end, he's just like happy that they're all safe, and it's like, that was the one time that, like, Leek needed to get there and pierce right through his chest. Again, like I've been saying for every week, I really hope this isn't the end of Julius. This could be a way to incapacitate him, but then again, that's through his heart. Like, not a lot you can do against that. I mean, apart from if you can rewind your time wounds right now, that would be great. Like, but whether or not he can do fatal wounds like that, I will say, if anything, though, we did kind of see this coming, like, from that he was either going to be incapacitated or he would die. And if that is the case and all that, that'd be a fucking shame, because, like, I have liked Julius throughout, like, what we've seen from him. But then again, I feel like there's still so much we need to know about him. There's still, like, a lot more like to go through, but like whether or not he's like Tabata's actually gonna kill off the character, and it's like it's gonna be a very interesting thing. One thing I did notice as well, whether or not it is a similar design or not, is Leet's sword. Leet's sword, and especially all the ones that he was dropping down, did bear a very similar like resemblance to one of Asta's swords as well. So whether or not that was just a similar design, or whether or not there was a little connection on there, that was one thing I noticed. I did mention as well that wasn't just me. I did notice some people as well in like the comments mentioning that about with Leet. So, you know, just in case and all that, that might be something to like kind of nod down there, like whether or not that's a little connection down there. But the fact that Yami sees this though, I want Yami going fucking in. I want him swinging. I want him going and taking this motherfucker down. That's the one thing I was like, go on Yami. Like, I would have loved it him and like Julius like tag teamed against him. Like, I would have absolutely adored that. But there as well, it's like this chapter and all that, I like a lot of things that it was giving us about like Julius. I feel though you could see it a mile coming though. That was the thing, where it's like, yeah, just the way like how the chapter was set up, it was like, yeah, no, they're really setting up the Julius to like be like critically injured / dead through this. So whether or not like what else is going to be happening throughout the rest of it and all that, it depends. But then again, I will say I did like this chapter. I did like some of the stuff they were building up more, a little bit about Julius. I kind of, even if they're going to kill him off now, I feel like there still could have been some more good, like better stuff with that. And like, because now you're in that pickle where it's like, are you going to do the fairy tale situation where you're just going to, like, here's a character that's going to die off, he's fine, no worries, it was built up for drama, or are we going to have, like, you know, like, he passes away, and this is his time, and he's going to leave it to the next generation, and it's going to be a little flat. Personally, I feel like you can, like, if anything, you could, like, do it, like, since this guy is fucking busted, like, this guy is a guy at Time Edge, I wouldn't be surprised if maybe the last second he tried to repair his heart or something, and then he'd be like in a fucking coma for like a month or so. So if anything, I don't know. Like I said, I like Julius a lot. Like so far from what we've seen as a character, but I would have liked to see more of him. But if he does die, then that's just the case on there. But I did like the chapter. Just like I don't know, just. I feel like we could have had a chapter or two more of like maybe knowing a little bit more about Julius, but I think Tabata was like, hey, we haven't seen Asta in a while, maybe we shouldn't get all this stuff down and, you know, see the main character again. Still feels weird though, I will admit that. It's been like 2 months since we've seen fucking Screamo, boy, like for a little bit, so yeah, this is going to be an interesting thing when Asta, you know, and the rest of the gang come back and find out, oh hey, the Magic Emperor's dead, so got to deal with that now. Overall, like, let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below what you thought about the chapter, but that's all from me. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys, though, next time.